Good morning. Bilingualism broadens one's mind, and many Hispanics and other people in the United States and other countries have their minds broadened because not all of them, because they don't all speak two languages, but they have their minds broadened by coming here and speaking English and their native language. And my grandfather learned Italian. It was the first language he learned from my great grandparents. And then he went to school. I guess he went to kindergarten. He only went to the eighth grade. I don't think back then. My mom one time said she only went to the eighth grade or ninth grade because back then it wasn't. People weren't required. I think it was the 70s or 60s. People weren't required to go through all 12 grades back then. I don't think. But he spoke Italian, and he spoke Italian. I don't know whether he wrote Italian, but he spoke it, and he spoke and wrote English. It just broadens your mind. It gives you a different way of looking at things. An example would be in Spanish and Portuguese. Sometimes they're pronounced differently, but the word estar and ser in Spanish, which is about the same in Portuguese, spelled the same way. But a star especially is pronounced differently in Portugal. The idea that there's an is that is temporary state, like it's cold today. Next day it's warm, so you use está in Spanish and in Portuguese to some extent. In Portuguese, and then if somebody has a name, he said he is John. In Spanish. He es John. Está frío in Spanish. So that's just a simple example. You can get different perspectives. There's a word that means in Spanish and Portuguese it means awkward and sudden situation. So people, you meet somebody you haven't seen in a long time, and you're face to face with them, and you say, "Whoa!" There's a word for that. I forget what the word is. It's in Portuguese. There's a word for that in Spanish and in Portuguese. It's just these ideas. You don't have in English or your native language. It's eye opening to speak a foreign language, to have these concepts.